There we go. Hello, Degens. Good morning, good afternoon, however you're listening, however you're watching. Happy Friday, May 27th, 2022, on this Memorial Day weekend. Whew. Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on. I don't know where this is coming from. There we go. For some reason, every time I go live, it likes to open up another tab where it plays the video that I'm recording. Zoom, figure that out, please. With that being said, we got a lot going on today. We got to talk about what we saw coming yesterday, what happened yesterday, and what ended up being extremely true yesterday. And that was, where is it? There we go. ESPN, where you at? Boom, baby. Heat Celtics last night. Nope. My goodness. Let's get it together this morning. Warriors closing it out against the Mavericks at home, 110-120. Luka with the 28 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, not his best showing. Also not Steph's best showing last night either. Klay Thompson really taking over last night and being the point leader there with, Curry getting only 15 points. Klay Thompson really carrying a load of 32. Wiggins, Green, 18 and 17 respectively. And then Poole coming off the bench with 16 points himself. I mean, Warriors were obviously the better team. If you follow me on Twitter at Perfect1, you saw my tweet yesterday where Luka came out and he shouldered the blame. You know, we weren't good enough. It was my fault, blah, 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 blah. And it was kind of because you were the team. You know, you were the whole Mavericks team. You're the reason they got here and all of that. So, yeah, Luka, unfortunately, this one is your fault, but it's also not your fault because you weren't put in the best situation in order to win. And that's on management. That's on your GM. And so, hey, tell Cuban to open up that checkbook and figure it out. Had some exciting action on the ice last night as well, with Noah's Rangers losing 1-3 to the Hurricanes. Took a nice start with the 1-1 going into the second period, but the Rangers just could not find the back of the net after that. And then the Oilers coming out, sending the Flames home. That was a shock to Noah and I. As we were watching that game, we couldn't believe it. We We truly thought the Flames were going to be able to sack up and win it, and it looked like they did when they came back to tie it up in the second period with those 3 goals. But just overtime, anything can happen in overtime. Anything. It's almost as unpredictable as sports and gambling and everything. Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, it was hell of a series. Really enjoyed it. But hey, that leads into tonight. We got some exciting action tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Woo-wee. We have got playoff basketball, playoff hockey, and then of course the MLB going. We may take a look at the Charles Schwab Classic Challenge, excuse me. But until we get there, let's dive right into some action. And why does it always do that? Nope. There we go. There we go. Heat Celtics are an 8.5 point favorite, and this line opened at 8.5, hasn't moved from 8.5, staying at that 110. Total at 201. This has been a relatively low scoring series with both defenses really showing up, and the Heat not being able to, losing some key players and not being able to put together that offense that's been on fire recently. Plus 325 on the money line. I mean, that juice is heavy, heavy, heavy. The experts are picking Boston. The money, I'm not seeing a lot of a difference here. The public is heavy on the Heat. The public is starting to think that there's no shot. I mean, 8.5 points is a lot of points in the playoffs. Yeah, now this is a rough one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the line and see where it's at in the book, see what the juice is sitting at. Yeah, 8.5. Minus the 110, 201.5. They're going to give you a hook there. The big thing is going to be injury report. Let's check that out because with all of the issues going on with the Heat right now, they had some type of COVID scare with some teammates or some staff members or something before the last game. So there was a little trouble getting there, but they got there. Yeah, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker. I mean, they're all day to day. They got to rest some of those guys that were more banged up in the starting lineup in the last game. Yeah, oof. And this is the one thing about the NBA, and this is one thing that Noah and I've talked about, and then I talk about with all my sports betting buddies. The NBA, all leagues are pretty bad about getting out injury reports and stuff like that. However, when it's starting to get to the point where millions and millions of dollars, respectively, at different books and all books are being placed. There's money being placed on these games, and so for us to not have all the information really puts a downer on our product. As sports gamblers trying to catch a good line or something, versus 2 hours before you already locked in your parlay, and then with Boston Celtics money line, and then it's announced that Jason Tatum's out or something like that. It's one of those things that you just got to be careful about. I'm leaning Heat plus the 8.5. I'm not going to make a pick on it yet. I do want to wait for that injury report to come out. I will try to make a video when it does so that we can all get on the same page, because bro, this line is something like, this series has just been completely unpredictable. It wasn't like the Mavs and the Warriors where you were like, yeah, maybe the Mavs will come out and squeak one away. This is really anyone's series, I believe. Noah is still firm on Celtics Warriors finals, and then Celtics taking it to the Warriors in the finals. We'll see. We'll see if the Heat can get out of this game. I think the Warriors are going to be setting up really nice with a little bit of rest, a little bit of time to watch, study, and it's playoff stuff. I can't bet against playoff stuff. I just can't. I can't do it. You can't make me, and I won't do it. So again, leaning Heat. Will make final prediction, or follow me on Twitter at Perfect1 for that pick as well. Taking us next to the ice, Avalanche and the Blues. We're going to start having smaller and smaller slates as these playoffs go on, and it's going to be more and more baseball, ladies and gentlemen. So strap on in. It's about to be summer. Avalanche are the 1.5 point road favorite going into this. 6.5 goals is the total. Juice seems to be on the over at -116, -105 on the under, respectively. Plus 145 for the Blues on the money line. Public, I guarantee you, is going to be slamming the Avalanche. Yep, there it is. 64% with a 6-point differential between the bets and the money that we like to see. Yeah, I mean, this is Avalanche -1.5 yen. Got cooked on it last time when the Blues came back and stole that one. However, I don't think Lightning striking twice here. Give me Avalanche to close out the series on the road, 4-2. Avs in 6 minus the 1.5. Love that half. Shout out to the Reds yesterday for absolutely demolishing my Cubbies 20-5. So if you took Reds -11.5 because you were a little too intoxicated the night before and made a stupid bet, congratulations, because that fucker hit. That was unreal. Let's go ahead with how many runs they scored yesterday. They're back at home. Giants minus the 1.5. I'm thinking, and the Giants they've been playing good ball. They just haven't been playing particularly well. Doesn't look like we know who's going for the Reds yet. All the games seem to be later today, with Rodon getting the go for the Giants. Like we were saying, Giants are the 1.5 point road favorite. A total at 8 points. Juice is pretty even there. 210 plus 180 on the money line. Oh, here we go. Yep. Oh, wow. Interesting. Honest to God, was assuming everyone would be slamming Cincinnati Reds to stay on this hot streak, but it doesn't seem like the public caught on to that, as 93% of the bets and 65% of the money are here on the Giants. Yeah, I'm not going to take this game. I don't like betting Reds games if I can help myself. Noah kind of, it was the only game on at 9:40. What else did you guys want us to do? We're not going to bet on that game. We had to bet on the game. And we got cooked on the under 3 different times. That was awesome. Gotta love so. That's terrible. That's so bad. Oh, that was so bad. How did they score 20 runs? How did they score 20 runs? Terrible. Yankees and Tampa. Ooh, looks like we're getting some differing lines here. Okay, so yeah, Yankees opened up as a 1.5 point favorite on the road. Tampa, that line switching. Tampa now the 1.5 point home favorite. Total still at 7.5 with the juice on the over. Plus 106 on the money line for the Yankees. So not a long dog. And minus 125 for the Rays. That's why the line moved. Get an 11-point difference right here, or a 9-point difference, excuse me, between the bets and the money, with 44% of the bets being placed here on the Rays, with a little over half the money, so 53% on it as well. So you're seeing a lot of big bettors, some sharp bettors come in there. Who's getting the start for these guys? This could be dangerous. This could be people making an ERA play. ERA play is when they specifically look at the ERAs and they're like, oh yeah, this is a lock. This guy's only throwing a 1.3, but he's only pitched 3 games. And if he's come out of the pen at all, I want to see. Let's see what we can get on him. Let's see what they got on the game cast. I doubt lineups are announced. Yeah. All right, let's look at innings pitch here. Italian, there we go. Italian with 42.2 innings pitched compared to the 27.1 for Springs. Thus, the ERA differential. It's still early in the season, relatively. 5-3 starts for these guys is going to be pretty typical. Who are his last starts though? Let's check that out. Orioles, I mean, they can't hit. At Toronto, not bad. Lost to the Angels. Oakland's a terrible team. And Seattle is as questionable as possible. So this is going to be his real first test here. This is going to be his first test against a really solid roster that is the new Murders Row, that is the New York Yankees. So honestly, you go with experience here. If you're going to give me the Yankees plus money against the Tampa Bay Rays, who've been one of the more inconsistent teams this season, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the 106 on the money line with the Yankees. I hate betting on the Yankees. I hate it. But damn it, would you give me a line like this looking too good? I got to take it. What are we seeing here? Because if this is a book, like if most of the books have it at this, yeah, plus 105 on the money line. So yeah, the money is the one making this move right here. And usually when we see that type of money move, you want to stick with the money where the bets are, comparatively to where the bets are. So you fade the public in that sense. However, this does seem to be an ERA play. I don't want to do that ERA play. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Yankees plus the 105 there on the money line. No point in taking the plus 1.5. Honestly, what's the alternate line and just what's the reverse line? What is the reverse line? Yankees minus 1.5 plus 170. I mean, if you want to go ahead and really blow it up, that's probably the best play. Well, it's the more degenerate play. Let's be real. You're counting on homers to be hit left, right, and center. You're counting on the bullpen for the Rays not to show up if they can get ahead, if they can stay. But why don't we just even see if we can look at some totals real quick? Because what could the team totals be? Because it's probably really low if it's a one. If it's a, they're not going to give me a team total. Because my thought process being, if the way the lines are, his ERA where it's at, if maybe total runs, both teams to score. Really don't have team totals on here. I may need to switch another book. No. Anyway. Has everyone seen that boost right there? Aaron Judge and Anthony Rizzo each to hit a home run, plus 1900. Whoo! Can you parlay that with the Yankees money line? Because that would be epic. I doubt it. Yeah, you can't do it. But yeah, give me the Yankees money line on that. because everyone's just going to look at that ERA and think, oh, this guy's a stud. This is what we need to do. Nah, man, not the case in this point. Phillies, Mets, Guardians, Tigers. That's going to be a shit show. Orioles, Red Sox. You give me the Sox. They're cooking right now. Give me them at 1.5 too. That's a great line there. Marlins, Braves, Royals, Twins. Brewers, you're not getting plus money on the Brewers again. That sucks. Shout out to the Brewers for doing that yesterday. Brewers money line is still probably the best. This is probably a good bet on there. The Cardinals haven't been pitching the best. Although we do got another ERA play here. I bet you, I'm surprised now we're not getting money on plus money on the Brewers, especially with the way the bets are. 54% of the bets and 63% of the money are on the Cardinals. Books must know that this guy, even though he's got a 3.6 ERA, doesn't have the stuff. Let's go ahead and check who he is. Well, not who he is, but what he's been doing. Brewers, Cardinals. Let's take a look at our buddy here, Mr. Dakota Hudson. What's your season looking like so far, buddy? Didn't get rocked by the Mets, but took the loss. Won one in San Fran. Lost one in San Fran. Lost one to the Cardinals and one versus the D-backs. Yeah, Brewers are probably going to rock this kid. What's the money line at? That 144, that's not bad for juice or anything like that, especially if you're going to end up doing a parlay or something like that. 144 really isn't the worst thing you can do there. Anything else? Yankees, Rays, Guardians. Oh, Dodgers, D-backs. Who's taking the bumps? Bumgarner and Pepiot. Diamondbacks are going to win one in this series. They're going to win one in this series, so I'm going to take them on the money line again as a homer pick, but also because I don't think they're going to get swept, especially with Bumgarner on the hill. He did not have the best outing last time, but hey, still rocking with a 2.76 ERA, so I will take that. And yeah, I think those are my picks today. Again, we're taking Boston on the 1.5, Milwaukee minus the 144. The Heat pick will come out later today. Follow me on Twitter at Brofic1 or like and subscribe to our channel to see the updated video on that when we get the injury reports. I'm missing anything. Oh, Avalanche minus the 1.5 on the ice tonight. And yeah, let's have a great Memorial Day weekend. I will try to be live tomorrow morning, get out those Saturday picks and baseball. F1, NASCAR is going to be later this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. Degens. Go crack a beer, put your feet up, place all the bets, and have a good one. We'll see you next time on. I got to stop doing the thing.